Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm gonna be giving you what if Naruto had multiple people sealed inside of him part 5. And unfortunately guys, I'll be only able to give you one what ifs on each channel, seeing that I feel a bit under the weather tonight guys. So I'm gonna be giving you this, and what if Naruto was taken by Orochimaru on Anime King 2. So tomorrow guys, I'll try my best to give you what if Tsunade was Naruto's mother, and also what if Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. So I'll give you those tomorrow as a bonus. So yeah guys. So remember, if you're new and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, the last time we left off, Naruto was still working and practicing on his magic, as he went by Saratobi's office to deliver all the scrolls and the weapons that he sealed away. As he entered, he saw the teams that passed the exam and was now Jennings, as Sasuke demanded to know what kind of mission Naruto was going on, but Saratobi told him to leave the office. After Naruto finished his talk with Saratobi, he went outside. Immediately, he was confronted by Sasuke, who wanted to know what kind of mission he's going on, but Naruto ignored him as Choji said that all of them are going to the barbecue shop, as Naruto tagged along with them. After that was over, Sasuke challenged Naruto, telling him that he is still weak. So Naruto decided to just play with him a bit, as the both of them went to the training ground, as Kakashi was there as well. As Kakashi was the one who started the match, in an instant, Naruto vanished. As he appeared behind Sasuke, Naruto then chanted in his mind, as he created 9 arrows that hit Sasuke all over, but the arrows weren't fully developed, seeing that Naruto didn't want to kill or permanently hurt Sasuke. So they were shock of electricity as they hit Sasuke, making him collapse on the ground. After that, Naruto and Ino went to the interrogation department, as Naruto needed to speak to Inoichi and get the files on Orochimaru's old research. After getting there, they both have a conversation, as Inoichi was surprised that Naruto was able to control his mindscape or even go in there, as Naruto showed Ino and Inoichi's mindscape, as the both of them were shocked as they looked around the place, as they saw the giant castle and everything. After that, Naruto went off with Ino as they arrived at the Yamanaka flower shop, as they said their goodbyes. After that, the rest of the week was Naruto training and the Kyuubi Evangeline, Nege, and Asuna pushing his body to the limit. As Anko then came back to the village, and Naruto told her that he has a way to remove the curse mark and replace it with a shadow bloodline, seeing that the Nara family was the descendants of a most powerful shadow user who was able to create and use a shadow at his will and even make objects out of it. The Nara users are just able to control other shadows, as Naruto showed an example as he created a long knife out of a shadow and pointed at Anko's neck, as Saratobi and Anko was surprised, as Naruto told her he can remove the curse mark and do the procedure in the Forest of Death, the tower, at midnight, but she needs to be topless while this is going on. So yeah guys, that was basically the last spot we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. We start this with Naruto and Anko, as the both of them are at a dango shop, as Anko looked over at Naruto with a sorry look on her face. Sorry I blowed up on you earlier, I was just pissed off beyond belief. Don't worry, said Naruto. I probably had it coming, he said. Still, where did you learn Fuin Jutsu at that level? And also the other stuffs? Anko asked curiously. Saratobi let me learn Fuin Jutsu in his library since I was 5. As for the other stuff, well, as Naruto went quiet. What is it? Said Anko. As Naruto leaned in. It's a secret, he said. I should have seen it coming, Anko mumbled as she got up. Well, maybe I tell you sometime in the future. Not today though, Naruto shrugged. After they ate, they split up, as Naruto headed straight for the tower in the forest of death. Getting to the top, he sit down as he made a few clothes to stand guard as he went in his mindscape. As Naruto arrived, he saw Eva and the Kyuubi, as Naruto couldn't help it but blush, as the both of them were sleeping and the position that the both of them took in their sleep, as he didn't understand how did they end up this way. Both of Eva's hands were in the Kyuubi's cleavage, and the Kyuubi's arms were wrapped around Eva in a kind of seductive manner, but the both of them were fast asleep. As Naruto was in the process of wiping his bleeding nose when Asuna arrived. "What the hell are you doing, you pervert?" she said. "Hey, I just got here," Naruto said as he took a step back. Fortunately for him, the Kyuubi brought attention to herself as Eva moved her hands a little, still in the Kyuubi's cleavage, as the Kyuubi muttered out Naruto's name in a seductive manner. As Naruto turned his head, "Can you wake them up please?" Naruto asked Asuna, as he was trying to wipe his bleeding nose. "Sure," said Asuna, as Naruto didn't know what happened, but he heard a loud thump, and then both girls quickly separated. Before Naruto could say anything, Neji arrived. "Oh, Naruto, what's up?" he said. "Oh, Anko's back. We're dealing with her seal tonight, seeing that it's a new moon," said Naruto. "Good for her," Eva said as she yawned. "Let's set up the ritual requirements then," the Kyuubi said as she got up. A few minutes later, two giant circles were on the ground, all sorts of carving, and two strange glass in the center of the circles. "Well, we're done here. It's all up to you once you bring all of this stuff outside," said Eva. "Thanks," said Naruto, as he then exited the mindscape to set up things outside. Some time later, Sarutobi and all of them arrived. "Alright, have a seat so I can explain the procedure," Naruto said. After they sat down, Naruto started to explain the process. "Well, for starters, Anko will have to take some of these painkillers and remove the clothing on her upper body," Naruto said as he handed Anko the bottle. "Why does she need painkillers?" Kurenai asked. "In order to remove the parasite, the curse seal must be fully active, and those pills will lessen the strain and the pain on her body. After removing the seal, I will have to bite you," said Naruto, "just like what Orochimaru did, to flood you with a different source of energy and put something else instead of the seal," Naruto said as he was talking about the shadow ability. "Alright, let's do this," Anko said as she got up, and a few seconds later, she was topless. "Anko, are you sure about this?" Kurenai asked as she stopped her from taking the jug. "I am as ready as I'll ever be," Anko said seriously. "I need you to lay on your belly over here before you swallow that," Naruto said. As she lay down, as she then took the pill, as the seal on her neck started to glow dangerously. But Anko was surprised. "I actually can't feel it," she said. "Yes, everything is going perfectly," said Naruto. "Now, let's begin, shall we?" Naruto then went through some hand signs as he placed his hand on the ground, as a strange circle appeared surrounding Anko, as there was another small circle surrounding her neck. A few seconds later, an empty glass appeared on the circle right next to Anko's neck. Naruto then waved his hand as the glass started to be filled with some strange power. Naruto then leaned back his head as his fangs got large, as he then leaned over Anko. "This is it," he whispered as he sank his teeth into her neck. He slowly pushed some of the Kyuubi's power through the fangs as the seals on the ground started to glow dangerously. He then removed his fangs as he jumped away and made a ram seal as all of the circles started to glow red around Anko, and her neck was completely red. It was then a snake slit out of Anko's neck, but Naruto held up his hand as a snake was captured in the empty glass. As Naruto picked it up, the snake then spoke. Unhand me, you foolish child, or I'll kill you slowly. Naruto, is that what I think it is? Sarutobi asks as he and the other two spectators approach. Yes, this is a piece of Orochimaru, said Naruto. And you will tell us everything you know, said Naruto. I will take all my secrets to the grave, the snake said. Well, I forgot to tell you, this orb that you're in, it cannot be broken, so you can't be free. And also, the orb then started to turn right inside of Naruto's hands, as the snake felt that extreme heat. The snake then felt lightning gushing around the orb as it went back to normal. I can make you suffer on my terms, said Naruto, and I gave you some of the Kyuubi's power to make you have an intense healing ability. So, you need to betray the real Orochimaru and give us everything you know. I won't tell you anything, said the snake, as Naruto held on to the orb as the snake was burned to a crisp. But then he started to heal. Naruto then threw it over to Sarutobi, who caught it. He doesn't need to eat or drink, so you can extract the information from him. Now, time to get back to you, uncle, said Naruto. Now, for this part, don't take any more painkillers. Will there be any pain? Kurenai asks, as she looked down at her friend worriedly. No, but she will be feeling something, said Naruto with a smirk. And what exactly is that? Uncle asks, as she saw the look on his face. You're about to find out. I am certain you will enjoy it, Naruto said, as he looked up. As he then frowned. Is something wrong, Naruto? Sarutobi asks. That cloud is in the way. I need to see the full moon, said Naruto. As the snake was fully reformed, why don't you clear the cloud yourself, said the snake in a sarcastic tone. I intend to, said Naruto, as Naruto started to chant in his mind, as he then raised his hand as an orb came out in a blue light, as it then flew towards the cloud, as everyone watched as the orb then expanded as it sucked in the cloud and then break apart, as everything was gone and they could see the full moon. Okay, now let's get back to work, Naruto said. Like what he just did was hardly need to be mentioned. The others would have probably said something, but Naruto just rushed back into work, as they were wondering what the hell was that. Naruto then slammed his two hands together as a dark shadow appeared on his right hand, while his left hand was enveloped in a soft glow. He placed his left hand on Uncle's back and allowed the glow to envelop her entire body. The moment that happened, Uncle fell to her knees, and Naruto had to do the same to maintain the connection. Uncle, are you alright? Does it hurt? Kurenai asked, worried. Hell no. It feels so good, Uncle said, as she was blushing and shaking like crazy. Naruto then held the shadow in his right hand, as he then placed it on her neck and said one word, infuse. As strange markings started to come all over Uncle's chest and around her back, as Uncle stood there shaking, everything then started to suck into her neck, as she then collapsed on the ground, as Naruto had to go down with her to maintain his connection, as everything went into the seal on her neck. The next day, Naruto woke up, as he was still happy that everything was a perfect success, and he helped Uncle as she now had the shadow heaven seal. As Naruto remembered what happened last night after Uncle passed out, several ninja council members arrived, saying that they saw a large orb, something in the sky, as they were surprised to see the Hokage here. And they saw Uncle's new seal and also the white snake. So Sarutobi had to call for a meeting for the ninja part of the council only. Homura and Koharu demanded to be present as well, but Sarutobi denied that, so they couldn't enter. To say, the ninja council were shocked to know that they got a huge risk from Uncle, because they were always worried that Orochimaru did something to that curse mark, but now that was gone, and also they got a lot of valuable information because of that snake. And the fact that they couldn't die or retaliate or escape made them happy, seeing that they could torture it to get their information. However, they weren't told about how the ritual or the seals were performed, so Naruto's name was not included. However, when they were told about the power of the new seal, Hyuga Hayashi demanded Anko's execution on the excuse that her shadow powers would be an insult on the Naras. But that ended when Shikaku said that he didn't really care about that, and he didn't really have a problem about it, so Hayashi didn't have any say. Naruto then got out of bed, as Sarutobi told him to take a day off from any mission. As Naruto decided to head towards the Hokage's monument, as he walked through the streets, he saw many villagers looking at him. But it wasn't the usual dead glare, it was fear, as Naruto arrived on the Hokage's monument, as he wondered why. As he got near his favorite spot, on the fourth Hokage's head, he noticed 3 people already there. It was Team 10, Inoshiko Cho. "What's up? Cloud watching again?" Naruto asked. "Nah, that's not possible today. There haven't been any clouds around Konoha since midnight, I hear." "You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you, Naruto?" Shikamaru asked with a raised eyebrow. "Maybe, but where did you hear about that? Come on, spill," said Naruto. "There's a rumor around town that you did something to get rid of all the clouds last night. Is that true, Naruto?" Ino asked. "Yeah, but who is spreading these rumors? Only 4 people were around last night, unless someone was hidden," said Choji. "Maybe," said Naruto, as there was only one thought in his mind. Root agents. Because Danzo had arrived at the scene last night to see what was going on. It seemed like the root agents were already there, probably keeping an eye on Sarutobi, and they watched to see what happened. "I should tell the old man," said Naruto, as he summoned a clone and sent the clone to Sarutobi. "Anyways, why are you guys here?" Naruto asked to distract them from the clone. "We met with Asuma Sensei here a little earlier, and he gave us a day off," Ino said. "I think he said he wanted to test the water again," said Choji with a shrug. "So, Naruto, do you have anything scheduled today?" Ino asked. "Nope, I'm free today. Do you need my help with something?" he asked her. "Yeah, the shop is receiving some stuff today, and my parents are away. I need some help moving them in." "Sure. When will it arrive?" he asked. "Oh, it should be there at 9, Ino said, as she then looked at her watch and froze. "And that was a minute ago. I need to hurry," she said, as she turned to leave. As she felt herself being grabbed, as Naruto picked her up bridal style. "I'll get us there fast," said Naruto, as Ino had to literally clutch onto Naruto's chest as he was moving at such a speed. As they got there in a minute and 30 seconds, as Ino could believe it, and Naruto seemed perfectly normal. He wasn't out of breath or anything. Ino, on the other hand, was flushed, as she couldn't believe. How did you move that fast?" she said, as Naruto simply chuckled. "Well, thank you," she said. "No problem," said Naruto, as he placed her down. As they got there, they saw the crates. As Naruto had to summon some clones, the crates were really heavy, as he wondered how would she even get them in the shop without help. It took them about 30 minutes, as Naruto still didn't even break a sweat though, but Ino looked like she was tired. "Ino, you look like you ran around the entire fire country," said Naruto, as Ino collapsed in a chair. "What a coincidence, that's exactly how I feel," she said, as she was trying to calm her breath. "Stand still for a sec," said Naruto, as his right hand started to glow. As Naruto placed his hand on her chest, as the glow came all around Ino's body, as Ino felt completely relaxed. "Hey, Naruto, can you wait for me for 10 minutes? She asked her. "Huh? Why?" he said. "I want to treat you to lunch, but I have to take a bath first," she said. "Sure," said Naruto. As she was heading up the stairs, he winked as she looked at him. "Let me know if you want me to help you wash your back," he said, with a smirk, making Ino turn red as she ran up the stairs, as he chuckled to himself. A few minutes later, Ino came outside in some rather revealing casual clothes as she gave Naruto a seductive smile. "Alright Naruto, what would you like to eat for lunch?" Ino asked as they walked toward the district. "I'll leave that decision in your capable hands, Ino." "How about some ramen? I haven't eaten some in a long time, and I know you like it," she said. "Sure, now that you mention it, I haven't eaten any all week," Naruto said. "How did that happen?" Ino asked surprised, as she always see him at the ramen shop. "Intense training. As much as I like ramen, I need to eat some other food for nourishment," Naruto replied with a sigh. As they arrived at Ichiraku Ramen, they were greeted by Amy. As they ate, they chatted a little about their physical training, as Ino was surprised to what he called a little exercise. As Ino had a noodle right on her cheek, as Naruto took it as he ate it, as Ino let out steam while she was blushing like crazy, as she then turned her head towards the ramen as she glanced at Naruto. The Kyuubi then spoke. "Naruto, do you know what you're doing?" she asked. "I know exactly what I'm doing," Naruto said with a mental grin. "And I used to call Negi a player," Asuna said, amused. "Go, Blondie," said Eva. As they finished their meal, Naruto remembered an appointment he had at the hospital, along with the Hokage. "It's been a pleasure, Ino." "Same here," said Ino, as she hesitated for a second, but she then gave him a kiss on the cheek, like before, as she ran off again without saying anything. Score, thought Naruto, as he headed to the hospital. Naruto arrived with Sarutobi as they went to the third floor, as two Anbu guards were standing at the door. As Sarutobi then walked by as the Anbu separated as Naruto and him entered. As Anko was still fast asleep, Naruto walked over as he placed his hand on her forehead as he used his magic cancelling technique, seeing that he put a sleeping spell on her to allow her body to readjust to the shadow technique. Immediately Anko got up. As Naruto placed a hand on her shoulder. "Don't get up in a rush," he said, as she lay back down and looked at him with a small smile. "Where am I?" she said as she looked around. "In the hospital." "What time is it?" she said. "Around 11, said Naruto. "I had to make you sleep after a procedure to allow your body to bond with the shadow technique. How are you feeling?" "I feel great. Did you give me a soldier pill or something? Because I feel like I have more chakra than usual." "No. Your chakra level was really high, Uncle, but because of the curse seal that Orochimaru placed on you, it had a restraint on it. So to make you use the curse mark, it restrained your normal chakra at a low level, so that is why you're receiving the full power of your chakra right now." It was then that the doctor walked into the room. "Ah, Miss Uncle," she said, "you can leave at any moment." "Oh, that's good. I really don't want to eat any hospital food." "So, we will leave you to change then," said Naruto as the three of them left the room. A few minutes later she came in her usual attire, as one of the Anbu guards there told Sarutobi that the seals that Naruto placed up work. Seeing that some root Anbus tried to abduct Anko last night while she was sleeping, but Naruto placed seals over the area, alerting the Anbus and stopping the root Anbus in their track. It seems like Danzo wanted Anko, but Naruto wouldn't allow that to happen, so he placed seals over the room. Another Anbu then appeared as he told Sarutobi about the council meeting that is starting. "Damn, they move fast," said Sarutobi. "They most likely want to know what I did to the clouds," said Naruto. "There is already a rumor about me clearing the sky. From what Shikamaru told me, it seems that root Anbus were there last night. They gave their report to Danzo before he came," said Naruto. "Great, now what should I tell them? Those damn civilian councils are going to say that the fox is getting out of control and demand your execution again," said Sarutobi as he groaned in frustration. "Well, for starters, you can kick all of the civilian council out of the room. It's a ninja issue," said Naruto. "Well, at least I wouldn't have to listen to Haruno screaming," Sarutobi said, as Sakura's mother really had a voice on her. "Hey kid, is there anyone else that can use that technique?" Anko asked, with a thoughtful look in her eye. Yo, Eva, you hearing this? What should I tell her? Naruto asked Eva in his mind. Well, since I am more of a spirit than a living being, you could say that you're the only one alive who could use those spells. Same go for any magic you learn from us, said Eva. Well, I am currently the only person alive with those abilities, Naruto said out loud. Well, couldn't that be considered a Keki Genkai? Uncle said. There's an idea, said Sarutobi. Well, we could say so, but it is like the Yamanaka clan jutsu. Simple jutsu that is known only by those in the clan. It could be teach, and I have no intention of teaching it to anyone, said Naruto. Damn, well there goes that idea, said Uncle. Not entirely, said Sarutobi. What if you had a jutsu that cannot be taught to another? He said. Yes, I do believe I have something like that, Naruto said. And I will be willing to give a full demonstration a week from now. Have Kakashi be there as well, and they will see that he cannot copy it with his Sharingan. After that, Naruto and Anko said goodbye to Sarutobi as they got something to eat. And as usual, they went to the dango shop. When they got there, Anko made an order for 50 dangos and a large bottle of sake. Naruto only ordered a bottle of sake, seeing that he already ate something earlier. So, any chance you will give me a hint about those jutsu? The one you will be displaying next week, Anko asked, as she took a sip of her sake. Well, I can promise you, you haven't seen anything like it, Naruto said, as he secretly chanted a privacy seal as he placed it on their boat as they were in the back. Speaking of things I never seen before, Anko said as she leaned forward. What kind of ritual did you use on me? Naruto then went into detail as he explained the ritual to her as Anko was sipping sake as she just took in all of the information while getting more and more wasted. By the time Naruto finished talking, all of the sake on the food was gone and Anko had a headache. At this, Naruto went over as he sat down beside her as he was about to get rid of the headache when she held on to his hands. Hold on, I can deal with this little headache, and I can blow it off and say I was drunk when I do this. Do what? Naruto asked, as she then gave him a simple kiss on his lips, showing how much she was grateful to him after what he did for her. When she backed away, she had a smile on her face. She then got up to leave, but before she do that, she whispered something to him. Let me know when you want to start to populate your clan. I really want to help you with that, she said, as she said it in a seductive voice, making him blush. She then left with a sway in her hips. After a few minutes, he snapped out of his thought as he headed to Training Ground 44 for some practice. As he was doing everything normal today, as he started off with some normal kenjutsu that Neki had suggested to him, as he unsealed his two swords and started to flow as his body was adapting to all the movements. As Naruto wanted to learn a special move, a special fighting style from Asuna, but she refused to teach it to him, saying that he has to prove himself to someone who will be released from the crystal in 3 weeks, as a next set of people will be released. Naruto was very excited about that, even though they took a long while to get out of the crystal. At least he was going to meet new friends and learn all type of different powers and abilities. After Naruto finished with training, he headed to Sarutobi's office as he entered to see the advisors and Hyuga Hayashi there. Ah, Naruto, I was just going to call for you, the council, as scheduled your demonstration of your new bloodline a week from now. The decision regarding your new clan will be taken right afterwards. However, there seemed to be some disbelief regarding the source of that power. It is obvious, said Koharu. Those abilities come with being the Kyuubi hosts. They cannot be called an actual bloodline. Yes, it would be an insult to push such vile power on the same level as the Byakugan or even the Sharingan, said Hayashi. We cannot let this slide, Sarutobi. This foolishness, said Homura, but he then froze as everyone felt the bloodlust in the room. You cannot let this slide? Foolishness? Who the hell do you people think you are, talking like that to the Hokage? You should be killed for those insults. As for you, Naruto said as he turned to Hayashi, you have no right to comment on bloodlines, considering where yours come from. But you don't even know about that, said Naruto. What do you mean? While it is true that the knowledge about our Byakugan has lost a long time ago, how could someone like you know that? Hayashi said. Simple, because I am the host of the Kyuubi. Having access to 1,000 years of knowledge comes quite in handy, don't you agree? Naruto said with a smirk. So, is the rumor of the Byakugan and Sharingan being the mutation of the Rinnegan true? Sarutobi said. The Sharingan is indeed a mutation from the Rinnegan because of the Jubi yokai. But the Byakugan has no such origin. You see, it came to being when the ancestor of the Hyuga clan made a pact with a demon, thus gaining the dojutsu. But the price for such power was his life, but he was able to have children, to pass down the bloodline, seeing that the bloodline was cut off before that by a certain person. And this happened, and it was passed down through generations. But there are no records of it, said Naruto. I see. Anything else? Sarutobi said. Yes, actually, I want to ask Hayashi to choose one of his clan members to assist me in my demonstration, said Naruto. And what will that person have to do? Sarutobi asked. Try to shut off my points, said Naruto. Actually, I will be there. I can do it myself. How about a bet, said Hayashi. Are you willing to put your clan status on the line? And if I win, anything within my power to give you, said Hayashi. As he was the head of the Hyuga clan, it was the most richest clan in Konoha. Nothing was out of his reach to give Naruto. Well, it's not like he's going to lose, right? Alright, Hokage will be our witness, Naruto said. Okay then, said Hayashi as he glared at Naruto. But guys, we end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, I don't know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But for now guys, I'm out. Stay in tune for What If Naruto was taken by Orochimaru, and thank you for all of your help and your support. But I'm out for now. Peace.